Hi, it's me, Sarah. A lot has happened, since I put out my video about Shayy, and, I kinda wanted to do a follow-up on it, just talking about what has happened since then. Hopefully this is the last video that I have to, talk about this. I just want to start this by saying, I'm glad that this didn't turn into some weird cancel culture thing, where people just dismiss the document and, like, defend Shayy's actions blindly. In fact, multiple people have come out to say, what Shayy did to them, which includes, like, large figures like, Sybil's and, her girlfriend Ava. And, I never came out about this, but, at some point Shayy messaged me some weird stuff. But I didn't really want to talk about it or show any of it because it's a lot of icky stuff. And plus, I feel like a lot of the things that they did to other people was a lot worse. So I didn't want to take any attention away from them when the doc was being made. I really appreciate all the support and nice words that people have been saying. I had helped with the doc a little bit. Just proofreading some testimonies and, well, one testimony, and helping redact a few screenshots, which is why the video came out when it did. And I was honestly, I was expecting a bad reaction because of how large Shayy was. And I was fully expecting to just go silent in the fandom and just work on Delta Traveler quietly until it either got finished or canceled. And I'm glad that didn't happen. I do want to take this time to address a few concerns that were sent my way, because even though comments are disabled on the video, I still got sent messages through other places, like other YouTube videos. First off, some people were critical about the money bit that I did at the end of the video. People were saying that it was crass and disrespectful to the victims. I want to preface this by saying that I showed the whole video to everyone responsible for the document, including the victims, and they all greenlit it and said that it was okay to put out. The reason why I did the money bit was because I wanted to vent out some frustration with the fact that they were making so much money off of their fans and other people's work, while getting frisky with them in their DMs and violating their boundaries, as well as abusing their girlfriend. I was never expecting to get any of it, and I still haven't, especially the Delta Traveler bit, because A, I don't expect to get any money out of Delta Traveler, and B, that probably would have been around $5,000 to $20,000, depending on their RPM. But if they ever did pay me that amount, I would definitely use it to give back to the people that wrote the doc, because I wasn't as hurt as many of the other people that they affected. That being said, some very kind people have sent me money through that Ko-fi link, and I really, really appreciate it. It's not a lot, but I did send some of it to Willie J, who was a very crucial part in getting the doc organized and assembled. Honestly, if you want to support the victims, I would honestly say don't send money to me, and instead send money to them directly. Any of the victims that didn't want to stay anonymized, I will have linked their where you can send the money in the description. Also, if Shayy does send me money, I'll let y'all know. Another thing that I want to comment on is I got a few strange comments criticizing me in relation to Merg, and he apparently made a video on the situation, and I wasn't originally going to watch it because from the thumbnail and the title, it just looked like it was kind of being made out of spite, especially with how people were describing it. But I went ahead and watched it, and yeah, it's pretty much made out of spite. It's using the situation to talk about a controversy from about a year ago. So I kind of want to use this to talk about my perspective on that whole controversy, since I have evidently been dragged into this conversation. So sometime a year ago, Merg made a video on an Undertale fan game that included an adult version of Kara, who notably has large breasts in the game. This version of Kara was featured on the video's thumbnail, and some members of his community, or others that watched the video, some of them left weird comments on the video talking about that version of Kara, and Merg left hearts on these comments, and implied to a lot of people, including me, that Merg was endorsing this kind of behavior. This was seen as problematic because Kara is canonically a child in Undertale. And as far as I'm aware, Merg has not made a statement on this controversy until now. So Merg showed a couple screenshots that I sent on Twitter, but I thought that I had sent more, so I looked through my tweet archive that I have, because I deleted my Twitter account a long time ago, earlier this year. And I think it was being too vindictive when calling it out, and I apologize for blowing that out of proportion. With that said, though, this was a conversation that should have happened last year, and looking at Merg's YouTube channel, it doesn't look like there's any way to have contacted him, or for him to have contacted anyone to talk about that. I guess what I'm saying is, Merg, if you're watching, I do have a public-facing email that you are free to send emails to if you want to continue that conversation, because I will not respond in video form if you do respond to me. The thing that sort of struck a chord with me with that video was an implication that he made, that anyone that has an issue with that sort of thumbnail style has something to hide.
People who try to turn stupid drama into something serious usually got worse things they're hiding.
Which is pretty illogical. Like, it isn't a red flag that someone doesn't like a thumbnail or clickbait just because it's sexualized. Just because Shayy didn't like it doesn't mean that everyone else that doesn't like it is a predator. Correlation does not equal causation. But the thing about Shayy's situation is that no one could have known on their own that it was happening at all, let alone on a wide scale. It was exclusively done through DMs, and it wasn't very public-facing either. So anyone that they messaged thought it was personal. Plus, there's a very clear power imbalance between Shayy and their victims that wouldn't have allowed them to speak out about it, lest they be silenced by their community at the time. Now, obviously, I didn't have that issue because I wasn't dependent on Shayy, so I didn't have to go through that. That's why I said in my video that they probably didn't speak to me very much because of that. But that's kind of all I wanted to say on the Merg thing, because, well, I wouldn't have talked about Merg if he didn't bring me up. This is probably the only time I'm going to address this on video, because I don't want this to become some kind of Undertale drama YouTube slot machine thing. If I need to address something, it will probably be in a pinned comment, but otherwise, that's it from me. Again, Merg, if you're watching, if you want to continue this conversation, my email's on screen right now. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about on this situation. I guess a quick update, I've been kind of feeling burnt out a little bit, especially because of this situation, because there's been the feeling of things were bad for a couple months, at least. So I'm kind of burnt out on Delta Traveler at the moment, but I'm hoping I can recuperate, especially now that the situation is pretty much over for the most part. So I'm hoping I can get back on that pretty soon. I also have a few video ideas that I want to try doing. We'll see if that happens. But yeah, thank y'all for all the support, and I hope to see y'all soon. Bye-bye.